Welcome into HogZone, chasing a championship. The fun all gets started here. The road to Indianapolis, if you will, starts for the Razorbacks in Portland, Oregon. And we will get out to Portland in just a little bit here. But first, let's answer the most important questions. Who, what, where, when? Well, it'll be Arkansas and Hawaii tipping off tomorrow afternoon. That's Thursday at 3:25 p.m. approximately on TBS. The 4th-seeded Razorbacks taking on the 13th-seeded Rainbow Warriors. And both those teams will take the court for the game itself tomorrow. They also both got on the court at the Moda Center in Portland today for day one of practice. Both teams having to, fly a long way to Portland, and so did our man Nick Luttrell on the ground in Oregon. Nick, you're at the Moda Center. You got to see everyone practice. How are the vibes ahead of NCAA tournament round 1?
Yeah, Tyler, the vibes are great. We made it here to Portland. It was a bit of a long hike, a long airplane ride and everything, but we made it. And it's been fun to be able to see, be inside an NBA arena, see all these teams practice, hear from the head coaches, of course, hearing from head coach John Calipari, going in Arkansas's locker room, talking to all of their players. It is a group that is coming off an SEC tournament title. It's a group that is confident and that is excited for this matchup of Hawaii, but also beyond that. They want bigger things beyond that, and they know that they can get bigger things beyond just beating Hawaii. But it is one game at a time for a team that is ready to go for the NCAA tournaments.
We got a lot of mature guys that have the right mindset, that's ready for games like this, that played in games, maybe not at this level, but that's played in games that matter just as much as this one. So I think everybody's prepared. I mean, we got a lot of competitors. We got a lot of dudes that's ready to go. It's going to be our will versus them.
We just happy to be able to be in this position, just to be where we at. I mean, we all grateful, and it's a blessing. So, I mean, it's time to play basketball now, and we all very excited just to be able to play in the tournament and play in a big dance.
Yeah, so an excited group of Razorbacks and a big storyline for Arkansas. You didn't see him there, but Arkansas's 2 freshmen, Malik Thomas and Darius Acuff Jr., they're leading the way for the Razorbacks, but they also got some guys who have been here a few times, like DJ Wagner and like Nick Pringle. Tyler, I toss things back to you.
Thank you, Nick. And yeah, it's a Razorback team we've gotten to know pretty well throughout the season. On the other side, though, who is this Hawaii team? Well, we are going to find out and get to know the Rainbow Warriors after this. Well, we spent the season getting to know this Arkansas Razorback men's basketball team. Now comes the fun part. If all goes well, they'll play 6 games over the next couple weeks against mostly unfamiliar teams, starting with a team that plays just about as far away as you can, the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. So we had to call in an expert from our friends at Hawaii News Now to teach us about Hawaii.
And thank you, Sienna, for joining us from Portland outside the Moda Center, where our Razorbacks are going to take on Hawaii tomorrow afternoon. And we'll start there. I mean, Arkansas, especially the Eric Musselman into John Calipari era, has gotten really used to not just making the tournament, but making these deep runs for Hawaii. Mm-hmm. First appearance in a decade. Just what is the excitement level around this team?
The excitement is off the charts right now. Like you mentioned, teams like Arkansas are used to making this tournament. Here in Hawaii, we're not. So this is a huge deal. After winning the Big West Championship, seeing the players, the coaches celebrate. I mean, you would have thought we won the whole entire tournament in the way that they were celebrating, and rightfully so, because like you said, it's been 10 years since we've been in this tournament. So quite a long drought. I have been covering the team for several years now, and watching them go through the ups and the downs, and along with these lifelong fans, they've been through it all. And so there's a lot of Hawaii fans that have made the trip here to Portland to come support, because they know it could be another 10 plus years when Hawaii is back into this tournament. I hope it's not, and I know they hope it's not, but you just don't know. And these don't come around very often. In fact, one of our fellow reporters, one of the newspaper guys that I work with, he wanted to tell a lot of the Hawaii media before we came here. He texted all of us in a group chat to just enjoy this, because we don't know when the next time this will come around. And I love that he did that, because we're so busy. I was in Vegas and then flew here. So busy trying to get prepared, make sure all of my stories are done and all of that. But more than anything, we just need to enjoy it because this is huge for Hawaii. Like, this truly is so big for the program.
For Arkansas fans who are going to be, I'm assuming for the most part, watching their first Hawaii basketball game of the
Yeah.
year, just a couple other names to know. Who are the guys to watch?
You know, a big part of our game here is our post play. Isaac Johnson, the Utah kid, he is our 7-foot center, and he won tournament MVP for the Big West tournament. So to have a center win tournament MVP is pretty big in itself. And that man can just take over an entire game. I would look out for Dre Bullock. I don't know if you've toured any of the NCAA March Madness Instagram pages, but I believe he was posted on there from a couple of times in the Big West tournament. He will dunk at any time, any opportunity he can get. So look out for Dre Bullock. He is also a senior. So this is kind of, you know, one last hurrah for him, along with Harry Ruliadev. He is one of our forwards. He has been at Hawaii for the last 4 years now. So we've kind of seen him grow as a person. He's one of those guys. He's from Australia. So when he first came over here, we were like, this is like your second home. And we were kind of afraid we were going to lose him at one point, and we didn't. He stuck it out, and Hawaii has now become his home. And so he's also a senior, so look out for Harry Ruliadev as well.
And thank you again to Sienna for taking the time there. I know the states of Arkansas and Hawaii have developed an almost unlikely friendship over the last couple years, thanks to all the great Hawaiian-born baseball players at Baum Walker Stadium. Hopefully one game of basketball doesn't go too far towards ruining that relationship. All right, so that's a look at the Rainbow Warriors. We're about to send you back out to Portland, where Nick was able to catch up with Locked On Razorback host John Neighbors for a look at the Razorback side of things.
All right, Tyler, thanks so much. We are now joined by Locked On Razorbacks podcast host John Neighbors. I feel like you and I follow each other everywhere to these big games, these big moments for Arkansas football, basketball, baseball. But the Razorbacks are here in Portland. I know fans were a little disappointed to see that it's 2,000 miles away from home on Selection Sunday when they learned that news. Now, a few days later, has that passed? Are we past that? Like, hey, we're ready to go? Or are we still a little upset?
Well, I mean, listen, you can't do anything about it right now.
Yeah.
It could be a lot worse. You could be not anywhere. You know, you could be not in the NCAA tournament whatsoever, but you just got to take it for what it is. Listen, there's nothing you can do about it. You got to play games. No one's going to feel sorry for Arkansas. No one's going to feel sorry for John Calipari and having to go far away for an NCAA tournament game. So you just got to take care of business.
You talked to some Razorback fans. You feel confident about at least some making the trip out here?
Oh, yeah, I think a lot of people will. You know, it's always one of those things to where, yes, it's difficult to get to. It may not be the easiest, especially for people in Arkansas. But guess what? There's a lot of people up in the northwest part of this country that are Razorback fans, that they're going to come down for it. I know a lot of Razorback fans that maybe never even been to Portland. This is my first time in Portland, Oregon. So, hey, this is a unique city. We've never been there before. Let's cross off the list and go see the Razorbacks play. So I think the Razorbacks will be very well represented here in Portland.
Yeah. A few hours ago, Arkansas had practice. We heard from Coach Calipari, went into the locker room, talked to the players. Any big takeaways from that and hearing from the players and from Coach Cal?
Well, the thing is like, this is my fifth, I believe, NCAA tournament I've covered. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I've done a lot of this stupid stuff for a long time. But it's amazing how different the approaches are around this time before a game, especially in the first round. And for Arkansas, at least this time around, I was wondering, okay, this team's won 5 games in a row. They haven't lost in the month of March. They won the SEC tournament, first time ever since 2000. So it's like, okay, so is it going to be a different approach? Is it going to be a different vibe? And it's not. Yeah. It's like they understand it. They are very much approaching business as usual, which is what you like to see. But I think that they're just going to be fully locked in, and I like the fact that this team is playing their best basketball right now, because that's exactly what you want to do here in the month of March.
Yeah, they definitely seem locked in. I think they have that good balance of like, hey, we're going to give you serious answers when we ask you silly or serious questions. But also just, I feel like they're ready. I feel like they're ready for this moment and ready for the NCAA tournament to make a run. And I feel like there's a lot of confidence with the Razorbacks. Let's talk about the team that they're going to play tomorrow. I'm sure you know all about Hawaii basketball. But in your little time of, hey, what do we know about Hawaii basketball? How does Arkansas beat them and avoid the upset that often happens in the NCAA tournament?
Well, see, it's one of those games. This is not a disrespectful thing towards Hawaii. It's just one of those things that Arkansas is just a better team. Let's just be honest about it. They have the better players. They have the better team. They have the better coach. Nothing against them, but this is a game that Arkansas, as long as they just play their A game, maybe even their B game, they should win. But as we know, in the NCAA tournament, it is March Madness. It's madness. It's crazy. Yeah. So I think in this particular case, you could see something to where, hey, if a team gets hot from 3, starts hitting all these threes, or if Arkansas just can't shoot anything. Like, there's just so many elements that could go into it. But if you're just talking about, hey, if Arkansas plays their game, if Darius Acuff does Darius Acuff things, if you got somebody like Trevor Brazile or Malik Thomas or even a Billy Richmond, whoever, but if you have one of these guys just step up alongside Darius Acuff, I think Arkansas takes care of business pretty easily.
Yeah. What's impressed you about Arkansas's star freshman Darius Acuff? Malik Thomas is great, and we've seen him step up in these past few games, but it's been the Acuff show this year. What's impressed you about him? What's kind of made him unique as far as versus some other great players Arkansas has had in their history?
The consistency. I mean, that's the thing is we've seen great freshmen come through here. We've seen Bobby Portis. We've seen Moses Moody. We've seen Anthony Black. We've seen that. But we've seen guys times where they go up against some teams that they struggled against, or maybe they didn't have their best game. Darius Acuff's worst game is like going 18-9, you know? I mean, that's his bad game. So to me, it's the consistency, no matter who they're playing, no matter where they're playing, no matter what. He's always going to be Darius Acuff, and that's what's so impressive for a young freshman.
Yeah, so it's the Acuff show for the Razorbacks. They'll face Hawaii tomorrow afternoon. Prediction for the Razorbacks. I want a prediction for this game, and then prediction for the entire tournament. Where does it end for the Razorbacks?
Well, I think the Razorbacks take care of business against Hawaii. I'll say by a final score of 95-78. Do that. Okay. Arkansas is going to Indianapolis. They're going to the Final Four. I think so. It's either Arkansas or Arizona out of this regional, and I'd rather it be Arkansas personally. So let's go ahead and go to Indianapolis. Let's get back to the Final Four. It'll be
That'd be awesome. I would love that. That'd be a lot of fun. I'm sure us Razorback fans would love that as well. John, thanks so much as always for taking the time here in Portland. Tyler, we'll send things back to you.
Thanks, guys. Look, I know everyone's rooting for the Hogs, but do you need another team to root for, at least in the early couple rounds? I'll give you a fun reason to after this. Well, no other Arkansas college teams in this NCAA tournament, but folks in Morrilton will remember sharpshooter Joseph Pinion. Started his college career as a Razorback, then was a Red Wolf, and now he's transferred to South Florida and helped lead them to an NCAA tournament.
My whole life, I've never been anywhere else, so coming to Florida, was a little bit of a shock for me. I've never been, during summer, or during winter, I've never been able to wear shorts, so that was a pretty good experience for me. And just the basketball has been great. The fans have been great. It's just they've really embraced us, and so it's been a great blessing coming to South Florida. I love it.
Now thriving at school number 3, Pinion has no regrets.
It was really cool going to Arkansas straight out of high school. It was awesome to be able to go to the university. Obviously, didn't get as much playing time as I wanted, so I went down to A-State. I got to utilize a little bit better there. I got to show my game off a little bit more, and then. Coming from Arkansas State to South Florida, it's been really fun. It's been a really great transition. I feel like I've made strides as a player, not just on offense, but also on defense. And, it's gotten us to where we're at today. And I'm extremely thankful for the journey that I've been on.
So, of course, Pinion hasn't forgotten his home state, and it certainly hasn't forgotten him.
I get DM every once in a while whenever I have a good game saying, I wish you were still at Arkansas. And, that's really cool and all, but, I'm really grateful to be where I'm at in South Florida.
Now, Pinion in South Florida will take on Louisville in the first round Thursday afternoon at 12:30. His Bulls are a trendy upset pick. And hey, speaking of picks, one more break on the other side. We'll make some predictions.
How far does Arkansas make it?
All the way, baby. Go Hogs. The Elite 8, at least.
They're going to make it all the way. Obviously, they have the best or second best player in the nation. There's Acuff. However, I think they're going to lose in the national championship game to Duke.
Enough. I don't know anything about sports. I'm sorry.
Final Four for sure. Final Four for sure, but I have them in my bracket going all the way.
I think they are going to be hard-pressed to get to the Sweet 16, and then I think there's very little chance they get by Arizona.
Let me research real quick. Can you give me a moment?
I made my bracket last night. I have Arkansas beating the 1 seed Arizona, but I think they will lose to Gonzaga in the Elite 8. I think Mark Few has got to win at some point. He just does.
I got Arkansas going all the way this year. I genuinely think they can do it. They got the coach to pull it off, and they got the players to make it happen as well. I may be wrong, but hey, if it happens, you heard it here first.
You want to know what my bracket says? I have them making it past the first game and then faltering after that.
Okay, so now that I've researched the bracket, I rank my teams by ferocity. So I've got Arkansas, obviously, beating a Hawaii Warrior. Sure, why not? And I think Razorback beats a Badger, but I think a Razorback loses to a Wildcat in the Sweet 16, so we'll stop it there. But overall, I've got Miami Hurricanes going all the way because nothing outranks a Hurricane.
At least the Final Four. At least the Final Four. They're making it out of the region, and we'll see where it goes from there.
All right, so that is what the newsroom had to say. Nick, I don't know if you could hear them all or not. I really hope you could, and if not, we'll send you the video later so you can prepare your predictions. But actually, no time to prepare. Nick, we'll go back out to you in Portland. How far you see this Hog team making it?
Tyler, I tend to think it's a loss to Arizona. That's just my best guess. That'd be in the Sweet 16. It's just a really good Arizona team. That's my best guess. As far as national champion, I might give a link to Michigan or Duke. There's obviously so many good teams. It's so hard. It's been a while since I think I've correctly picked the champion of the NCAA tournament, but that's my prediction. Our photog / producer Grayson is also with us, so his prediction is Duke to win it all, Arkansas to the Final Four. So I would much rather prefer that. You know what? I'd prefer Arkansas over Duke in the national championship game or Final Four. I can't remember how they match up, but in this game specifically, let's talk about the game tomorrow because that's a little bit more coming up soon as far as Arkansas basketball goes. Arkansas and Hawaii. I think the Razorbacks win, obviously, if I have them advancing to this game against Arizona. I think it's a 15-point win. Look, Hawaii has a really good defense. Offensively, it's Isaac Johnson leading the way for a relatively good Hawaii team. Nick Pringle's going to need to stop him. Malik Ewan's going to need to do something. Trevin Brazil, those big guys for Arkansas are going to need to slow down Isaac Johnson because he's one of the best players in the Big West. So if Arkansas could do that, if they can force some turnovers, I think there's a good chance Arkansas wins this game and also beats either High Point or Wisconsin on Saturday. So I'm confident in the Hogs, getting some wins here in Portland, but when they get to San Jose, it might be the end of the day for the Razorbacks. So we'll see. Tyler?
Thank you, Nick. Yeah, he said it. All right. The pertinent information one last time. I'm kidding. Of course, we'll show you this plenty more times between now and tomorrow. Arkansas and Hawaii, first round of the NCAA tournament, Thursday afternoon at 3:30. Winner of this game will play the winner of Wisconsin and High Point in the round of 32 on Saturday. How far will the Hogs go? Is this the year that they make it back to the Final Four? They've got maybe one of the best players in the tournament in Darius Acuff. It kind of feels like the Hogs will go as far as their now unanimous All-American can take them, and THV11 will be there every step of the way to bring you the action.